As the owner of 3 Bengal Tiger cats, I'm a big supporter of Let's with Pets, and I'm joined now by Claire from the Dogs Trust.
Hi.
Hello Claire, and just tell us a little bit about why Dogs Trust is getting behind the Let's with Pets campaign.
Well, very much aware that today more people are renting in the private rental sector. We've worked for many years in the social housing sector, so what we're doing is transferring the knowledge we have from that to the private sector and trying to encourage landlords and letting agencies to accept people with pets and making the landlord and letting agency sector aware that nearly 50% of the population now have a pet.
Indeed, and pets are like part of the family, aren't they?
They are.
And for somebody to be in rented accommodation and not to have that choice to have their pet, to me, I couldn't entertain it at all. So it's great that you're creating awareness that pets don't necessarily need to have a negative impact on a property.
No, they don't. I think what landlords and letting agencies need to be aware of, this is a few steps that they need to go about when they're initially renting out a property, and that minimises any risks basically for the future, such as taking a larger deposit, asking for a reference from a previous landlord where someone may have rented before with their pets, asking particularly for a payment so that they can get the property professionally cleaned after exit, and just making sure one of the most important things is that the property is managed during the duration of the rental period. So once those things are brought into place, then there should be no risks whatsoever. I think historically pet owners have maybe potentially had a bad name, if you like, and what we're trying to do is we're change that perception as more and more people are renting a rental property for life rather than as a short step. And so we know there are lots of people out there who want certain levels of properties and expect a nice home, and they'll be responsible, but they obviously expect letting agencies and landlords to put those things in place as well to protect them as well as the letting agency.
And I would add probably an inventory to that as well, that you can see at the end of the tenancy if the pet actually has done any damage.
Of course, so the inventory is very important. I mean, it's an important piece of documentation anyway, but especially in those situations where you've got a pet,
Now, I think it could be a niche kind of marketing advantage to say that you let with pets, because as you mentioned, 50% of tenants in the PRS are pet owners.
Yeah, they are, and I think definitely the feedback we get from letting agencies that have been part of our scheme is to suggest that actually when they're advertising their pet-friendly properties, they go a lot faster than their normal properties. So, for example, if they have some properties in a local newspaper one week, they'll have a pets corner with their pet-friendly properties. Those go a lot quicker. And obviously, from a point of view of competitors, they might be the only letting agency in their area that's maybe quite a competitive area for letting agencies that has, as part of the Let's with Pets, and obviously are set up to be able to deal with pet owners in a better way. And then obviously other letting agencies might follow their lead.
So a good ploy would be to put that we accept tenants with pets in all your marketing and advertisements.
I mean, the wording that we would say is to consider. So rather than saying that they're generically pet friendly, they will consider. So they're considering everybody on a case-by-case basis, basically.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And here's to Let's with Pets, which is fully supported by Property Tribes. So thank you, Claire.
Thank you.